I have lived my entire life in the small town of Rose Hill, North Carolina. This little town has approximately 2,500 people, 2 stoplights, and a world-famous frying pan.
Welcome to Rose Hill, North Carolina, home of the world's largest frying pan.
This frying pan is 15 feet in diameter, weighs 2 tons, holds 200 gallons of oil, and it can fry 365 chickens at a time. That's a lot of chicken. Once a year, the local firefighters come together to fire up this pan and cook chicken for the North Carolina Poultry Jubilee Festival. This is the time that the entire town comes together to enjoy fried chicken, free entertainment, and fellowship with neighbors at the town square. Because I have held the title of Young Miss North Carolina Poultry Jubilee, and my dad being a fireman here, I understand the importance of this symbol in our community, and my roots are very deep here. In 2017, when my mom remarried, I had the privilege of moving with her to a neighboring town just 5 miles up the road. This is another small town I am proud to be a part of. It is a little larger with approximately 5,000 people, 7 stoplights, and is home of the Carolina Strawberry Festival. These small towns really take pride in their festivals.
Welcome to Wallace, North Carolina, where we take pride in our historic downtown.
Another thing this wonderful town takes pride in is our train depot. This train depot was used daily in the early 1900s for freight and passenger use. It has since been remodeled thanks to local community volunteers to help preserve its historical value. Both of these small communities are a part of Duplin County, which is in the coastal plains of the state. While at times more places to eat, more places to shop, and more entertainment is something we have all wished for, I think everyone here would agree that small town living is the best. We can travel 40 minutes to a large city and 45 minutes to the coast. What more could we want? While these small communities have many activities and festivals that bring us together, what makes our community great is how we come together to help each other out in times of need. This area of Duplin County has been struck by major hurricanes and flooding several times just throughout my life. The most recent time that showed me how great this community is was in 2018 with Hurricane Florence. Approximately 45 miles from my hometown, Florence made landfall as a Category 1 hurricane. This level of a hurricane typically doesn't move us much, as we have experienced far worse storms. The catastrophic flooding that followed is what devastated our community. This community sits around the Cape Fear River. Flood stage at this local river in Wallace is 13 feet. Following Hurricane Florence, this river rose to approximately 28 feet, causing mass devastation in this area. This is when I witnessed the community come together to help each other out. Those not flooded began helping others pack up and move. Some went home and cleaned out clothes they could pass to those who lost everything. Some worked shelters and helped feed others not able to return home. Some did search and rescue for people and animals. It was a time that the community became strong in the greatest time of weakness. This community is still recovering from all this devastation even 4 years later. Many families are still displaced. This community remembers what happened during that time and continues to help others recover. We all know the importance of volunteering to serve the community we are in to bring everyone back to their level of normal before this storm hit. The Charity Rebuild Center in my hometown of Rose Hill, North Carolina, was founded in 2019, 1 year after we were devastated by Hurricane Florence. This was previously a middle school which was renovated by the Eastern Baptist Association as a disaster relief ministry hub. The Charity Rebuild Center serves as a facility similar to a camp where volunteers can stage ahead of a storm or camp while working on a home rebuild. The old classrooms are now used as bunk rooms, lounge areas, tool storage, project rooms, and more for these volunteers. All food, cleaning supplies, and construction materials have been provided through grants and donations. The facility can host more than 200 volunteers at a time and includes several lots for full recreational vehicle hookups. I have had the opportunity to volunteer here many times, packing food bags, cleaning, and helping with construction. Just this week, my school's high school classes traveled to the Rebuild Center to volunteer.
Today, me and my friends are at the Charity Rebuild Center in Rose Hill, where we're building wheelchair ramps, cleaning out houses, and we are assembling a new storage center for them.
My group assisted in constructing a storage building for all of the Rebuild Center's construction supplies and vehicles. Other groups helped repair houses and clean yards in the surrounding area. Duplin County is a very rural county with a lack in many resources. We often travel outside of the area for goods and services. This lack of resources is no different for the students in our schools. With our community still recovering from the storm 4 years ago and families still displaced from their homes, these students are drastically affected. Some children are still experiencing lack of internet access, making daily schoolwork and activities challenging. Displaced families struggle to provide ideal work environments. Children are faced with the social anxiety of fitting in at school after losing nearly everything they own. These circumstances they are under, like losing all of their clothes or supplies, are a source of embarrassment for them. Losing everything you own isn't something you can resupply in a short period of time. People are still feeling the effects of this, and it is something that others don't always think about. A transformational teacher would need to know the needs of the children they are teaching. Understanding and taking into account the circumstances that students in my community are under is something a transformational teacher should do. A transformational teacher knows that these situations are not what defines the ability of the children they are teaching. Transformational teachers also need to exhibit the ability to communicate effectively with a group of individuals working with a child. Effective parent-school partnerships have a powerful impact on students' success. These partnerships are critical when trying to overcome tragedies like the one my community has faced. A positive relationship between teachers and parents result in the student possessing a positive attitude about school. This motivates students to do their best, and teachers encouraging these students to succeed. This type of collaboration is important to have in transformational leaders in the classroom setting. Educating children based on their needs and the needs of the community will create a positive change in our education system.